Hello. Wow, it's been a interesting day, and I thought it might be good to get some gaming in. Now, just recently, I've been looking at Robert's gaming, and he's into Minecraft, which was something that I used to play an awful lot of in the past, but I haven't played it in 7, 8 years. Work was always in the way. So to give back, I thought I'd get a server, tell Mamemeister about it. Just say, it's a gift. It's one of those things where it cost a pittance and it can be cancelled within a month. So basically, Robert's done a video because he's been on it already. And I thought to myself, hey, I might as well, while I'm doing nothing today, because I've watched an awful lot of TV with the Queen, start getting some practice in. So this is a house that I built. I'm going to come out of here. Hopefully there aren't going to be too many creatures. And I'll pull back so you can see it. There it is. There is a spider. I'll just get rid of him. Oh, he's gone. He's gone round the corner, should I say. He won't be too far away. There he is. Got him. There's a creeper as well. Get rid of those two. Okay, and this is a house I built. As you can see, it's just all made out of brick and wood. It's got some glass, some lights. It's a starter house. It's actually the third starter house that I made. It's got a bed. It's got a map table, some chests, and the second floor, which I've done nothing with yet. Oh. Get rid of another one of these. Thank you. Seems to be floating about all over the place. And the other thing I've got is a field full of wheat, field full of carrots, and a pig pen. And that's just to help with food. But today I've been doing a bit of cartography. It's quite easy to do cartography. All you really need is paper and planks. You make a table. You then make a compass with your crafting table, wrap that around a piece of paper, and when you open it up, you'll see a mini map. Now, as you walk off from that mini map, you create another one. So it's good to have some blank sheets because you'll then have a bigger map. As you can see, I've been walking about a bit today. We are here on this house, and you can see it marked on the left-hand side in my hand. And we're going to go off and look at my other houses that I built before I got to these. So that map won't make much of a much use when we leave here. So we'll get into one of my boats. Again, very, very easy to make. And we'll set off. And I know how to get to the house, so we won't need the map. So we'll get rid of that. Move that away. Over here. And there we go. So we'll set off. It's raining, so it's almost like night. So I have to be a bit careful. So I used my boat to go a little bit further. and I had no map for this. And wherever I find something very interesting, I generally put some big planks up or dirt and put lights on it. So up there I found something interesting that I want to see a little bit later on. There's nothing really there for this particular episode. It's really just me playing around. If we go along here, you'll see there's some more lights. Notice there's some over there. So we're heading towards a house, which was my second house. And there was a nice, interesting cave over there. In fact, on the left-hand side is where I got most of my iron from. Found a huge pocket of iron, which was very lucky. And we've got some skeletons. Can I change to something and get rid of those? Not sure. Lots and lots of skeletons. I might die here. If I can get rid of some more. Yes. So we're a little bit better off now. And I'll park up. And I'll show you the other house. That's if I don't run into any more creepers. Bring up my sword just in case. Now this one was a slightly different build. I put a load of cows. Oh, kill this zombie. Got him. And we'll get into the house because it's getting a bit tricky. You'll see how cramped this house was. Okay, so this house again was made out of stone, made out of bricks, and there's a chest, and you can see there's quite a few items in here, including glass, some fences, food, cobblestones, etc. And of course I have my crafting table, always needed. So we'll come out of here, and you'll see that this was going to be a base at one point, and I built a chest store. Here we go. All of these are chests to put things in, and all of these are furnaces to smelt things with. If I open things up, there's not an awful lot in them. But you can see it was the remnants of something that I was going to start off. That's enough of that. We'll go back out of here. Go back into the house. Because I do need to just settle back for a moment. Just see if I've got some food. Yes, I have. I'll get rid of this string. There's gunpowder. And bone. I've got bone, have I? No. Okay, put the food in place. And then just eat a little bit of food to get some energy back. Now this was the first one that I actually started to build signs. And that's why I started to put things like Del Boy basic items and so forth. I felt it was required, really. And I think we ought to make a run for things. See if we can get to the first house. Now this might be a bit difficult because we're going to be doing it in the dark. Not the best time. But we will be passing by a village. And I can enter a home if I get really, really stuck. Hopefully the creatures will attack them rather than attack me. As you can see, lots of mountainscape. Something up there, look, with a light. I haven't put that there myself, so I might just quickly go and have a little look at that. It might be the village. Yeah, it's the village. They've created some farming area. So we'll go through the village. I do apologise, it's all snowy. And eat some food. And we'll set off again. Here we go. So this is where I walked along for the first part of the game. This is when I found the village. I thought I'd best build a better house than the first house. What you tend to find with Minecraft is that you need to survive that first night. And that first night is very harrowing because you've got next to nothing. You have to build the materials, get the materials, and build weapons for yourself and tools just so that you can survive. So you tend to find that you'll be digging wood, axing down wood and digging into ground just to survive. And the first house is therefore set in a mountain. And we're just about to head for it, and I can see that there's zombies and everything up there. So, oh, and there's a creeper. It would blow up. And, get rid of these zombies. I need to restock a moment. Oh, there's all sorts of creepers and everything at the moment. As long as you outrun them, you're fine. But this particular biome, I've tended to find there's an awful lot of creatures, and I had an awful time really surviving for very long, and that's why it's full of crevices. So at the moment we're just trying to get to my first house. And you will see that I dug a bed, built a big tunnel, filled it with chests. As you can see, it's all very early starter stuff, leather and all sorts of stuff. Food, some armor. There we are, some food again. Nothing in these because I never used them. And basically just basic furnace and so forth. Then I started to build a bit more. I've done again, nothing in there. And that's when I thought, why don't you do some exploring, you silly sod? And basically started to do that. Now it's night at the moment and there's far too many creatures about. So we're going to have to wait for it to go away a bit. So what I'll probably do, just dig a bit more. I think it might be handy. So we'll get rid of that. Torch. Put that there. And I think we'll dig just here. So there won't be anything really to get here because I'm too high up. You'll tend to find that all the materials that you're going to want to have are going to be at a much lower level. Now, it's very difficult sometimes to find out what your position is in the game. But I was always told that if you want to get the best type of ore, you needed to be at a Y address. Now, what I mean by that is X, Y, Z. So Y being down, you needed to be at something like minus, I think it was 11 or 13. Now, the other thing that you don't want to do is when you're digging something like this, is you don't want to not light it up. The reason creatures spawn is because of dark. Now, if you leave an area dark or there is less luminosity in a certain specific area, they will spawn in your house. So you have to be very careful with what you're doing. Now, it's definitely not day yet because it's dark at night, but the snow will make it seem like it's dark. That's because when it's snowing, it covers the sun. So when it covers the sun, hey presto, you're a bit stuffed because it's just like being at night. So we're just randomly getting rid of these blocks just to pass the time, really, so that we can get back to my other house. Because that first house where we started off from has got maps, and that's the best place, I think, to start going. As you can see, I am not low enough to get anything spectacular. And all I'm going to do with that cobblestone is put it in this chest. These chests I've done so that other people come along and take it. I don't care. Anything that will help friends out is good in my opinion. So let's take some dirt. 2 arrows. I could really do with some arrows. There we go. And we're just really waiting for the dawn. Cycles generally, I think they're in the 10 to 20 minute area, so it's light for the same amount of time as it is day. You can see the sun is already starting to come up. Then we'll get cracking. But like I say, I'm going to still need to hot foot it. So I need some food. You can see I've got armor on, which is that layer of like t-shirts above the hearts, which means that I do have a certain layer of protection. It's going to be good. If anything, what you saw at the beginning was anything to go by. So now that the sun's coming up, what happens to the creatures when the sun comes up, by the way, is it burns them. Now, it doesn't burn them all. Spiders will be alive. Those ones that blew up called creepers, they'll be alive. But the zombies, the skeletons, the things that were firing arrows at me, they will die if sun hits them. But with the snow, they'll stay alive. So I've got to be still ultra cautious. And if I die, I'll lose absolutely everything in my inventory. But I have spawned at my set the spawning point as being at my bedside of my third house. So I could run back and get everything I want, but basically I'll probably just leave it because there's not really an awful lot here, a couple of maps and so forth. And of course, I have got all those village houses that I can go to. So we'll make a run for it. Like I say, that horrible creeper blew up a very big hole in the ice. So you got to watch your endurance because you can't run for too long. And this bit that you're seeing here is pretty much beginning bit that Robert showed you in his video. I urge you to go and see Robert's video because it's the introduction to this particular server. It was very nice of Mamemeister to allow me to post the address to this server. But you can get the address basically by going to the Discord channel. That won't mean much to anybody that's randomly looking at this video, but it will make sense to anybody that's part of the Discord. And if it's successful, it might branch out and basically we can offer it to anybody. But for right now, I urge you to go to Mamemeister's channel for a good watch. He's been around for years. And he's well known and respected, and basically he does everything retro. So mostly games, but he has a lovely waffle that he does on a Friday. He streams and plays games of any particular type on a Sunday, and we all have a great time. So just a little bit of promotion there. Okay, so remember, we've been here. This is the house. And the cows you really want to pen up, and the reason for that is because they give you leather and beef. So always good that. Then all we're going to do is get back in the boat. Boom, 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 boom. There we go. Turn around, right click, move away. And you tend to find that you'd think you were safer on the sea, but you're not. There are creatures under the sea. But that tends to happen not in these fissures that are more like rivers, more out to sea. Robert and I have both found a monument, and we're going to look for those monuments later on, but we need far better armor than we've got at the moment, and we need to breathe underwater, which will require enchantments. So what I'm doing here is basically just heading back to that starter house. Now, what I could have done is I could have brought some empty maps with me, and as I was going through the sea and everything, I could have used a cartography table to find things. Now, just up to your left up there, I've been up there. There are emeralds. That's an emerald. That's a really good place to get emeralds from, and emeralds are great for trading with the villagers to get maps. So I've just marked that off, and Robert might want to go up there at some point. So we'll come off of my raft, go up here, and I'll just show you the map again. And you can see what we've done there, look, is go up here and around. What I've been doing is scouting out down here. So I'm just going to show you quickly where the chest and everything is, which is just in here. It's just a small store at the moment, covered in brick because I wanted it to be a bit more blast proof. And then I dug my way through this mountain just for quickness, really, so you don't have to keep jumping and hopping and all of that sort of stuff. And that brings you up to the back here. And the back here is more like a swamp. And the reason you know it's more like a swamp is generally because, A, you've got these sort of like trails coming off the trees, but there are also lily pads. And if I was to go over here, you'll see that most things are sort of drying out or dead. You'll see that I might be another biodome here, which is mainly sand. Trouble is that sand can be just at the cornerstones of these swampy areas or the flat plains. So we'll move back, have a little look around the other area over here. You can see there's lots of crevices for us to discover a little bit later on. Let's just get my spade out. Go into the water a minute. So just so I can get out. There we go. And we'll just wander around here a little bit. Not quite sure what that cave is going to be like up there. Definitely something to look out for. We'll see if there's any animals and stuff to surprise us here. It's looking very swampy. What a terrible thing to say in a swamp. Don't think we're going to find too much here. Just take that mushroom. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll just head back. This is just a very quick stream because I needed to get my head out of what was going on with the queen. It was a frog. Yeah, I hadn't seen one of those before. Okay. And I just needed a respite really from watching TV for a bit. Because I've got some work to do and I need to sort of like spend some time with my mother. So, really, I thought this was a just good opportune moment to do a live stream. And you never know, there might have been somebody else that also was in the same boat as me and just wanted to watch a live stream. You never know. Excuse me. So we're heading back now to the original house, and I'll show you that map again. And then I'm going to press a certain key on my keyboard, and I'm going to show you the XY location. So there we go. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. About 9 down, you'll see an XYZ. I need to be at minus 13, and I'm at 64. So you can see it's 544 by 64 by 465. I'm at 64. I need to be at minus 13 or 11 to actually get anything. And that's pretty much it for this stream. Like I say, it's going to be available just to look at. You don't have to be live to actually see it. And I hope you've enjoyed it. It was nice showing you around how things are. And basically, I'll catch you very soon on the next one. So it might not be Minecraft. It could be me playing another type of game. It could be a interview with someone. You never know. I'm hopefully branching out into lots of things. So speak to you all soon. Bye-bye.